All right, she's gonna get a will-to-serve shower.
You still call it Kanab.
What is it called?
Kanab.
This is our last day here in southern Utah, and we're gonna start heading back to Colorado now. It's been such a beautiful place to be and to explore, and those slot canyons were just incredible. I hope you guys are really enjoying that video, and I hope you're enjoying all of the videos here in Utah. We really enjoyed being here this week. We're so sad that we have to go back, but we have to go back to our normal lives. And going back to Colorado, we're excited about what's coming up. We have a lot of trips already planned out for the year, and we have a lot of trails already planned out when we get back to Colorado, so that's going to be exciting. There's going to be more videos on the JK, more videos on my wife's JL. You know, that build is just barely getting started, and JK is getting a few upgrades too, so we're very excited about that. I know some of you guys wish you would have made it this year, but hey, there's always next year, so let's try it next year, and let's try to maybe have a meetup. I don't know. Maybe if we get to the point where, you know, a lot of you guys are watching this channel and you're enjoying our content, maybe we can do a group and we can all go and hit a bunch of these trails here in in Moab, and maybe here in southern Utah, who knows? So that'll all be up to you guys. But a lot of you guys have asked why we don't wheel with other people. For the most part, it's because we don't really know anyone else that has a Jeep. Well, we have family members who have Jeeps, but you know, they're busy with life and they can't always make it to the trail with us. And our friends, for the most part, they don't have Jeeps, and you know, that makes it a little bit harder. And we haven't signed up for any of these, like the Easter Jeep Safari. I know that they have a group every year, and then they go out and, you know, do the trails or whatever. We haven't done that yet, mostly just because we want to get used to the trails ourselves before we go with the larger group. And I know that's probably the best way to do it, to go with the larger group. But we just kind of like to explore. We like to stop. We like to take videos. You know, we like to do this and that. And, you know, we don't want to slow down their pace. Hello, it's about noon on Saturday morning, and we're about 2 hours into our 9-hour drive back to Colorado, and we just stopped at a small gas station here. Utah, man, you guys, UTVs everywhere, off-roading parks everywhere, so I love it, and we're gonna keep going, but we wanted to update you on our trip. Okay, now that I got my favorite hat back on, let's talk about our trip. Man, what a week this has been. We're pretty happy with how this turned out. I mean, we started off in Moab, and we did a couple trails there, 3 of them actually. Felt like in past years we've been able to do more trails, but this year there's just so much going on in town that we didn't really get the chance to check out a lot more trails. But there's a slight possibility that we might come back also going to talk about how much we've spent on gas. It's been interesting this year, to say the least. But thank God, and we give Him all the glory. But we've been able to do this, so thank you, Jesus, for that. Milo really enjoyed this trip. I think he doesn't like, he doesn't care when we go off-roading. So we did Onion Creek, and we did some of the trails here in Kanab. He really didn't care as much as he did when we went to Hell's Revenge. He really didn't like that. He didn't like it at all. He was scared the whole time, but he loves hiking. I mean, we took him on a couple of small hikes, and he loves it. And I know you guys are loving him. I messed up.
You still call it Kanab.
What is it called?
Kanab.
So we didn't really plan our trip to Kanab. I think we just wanted to stay as close as we could to Zion, and that was just the closest thing. But come to find out, it's like this small town is huge when it comes to ATV and jeeping, and well, actually not jeeping. I didn't see a whole lot of jeeps on the trails. We saw a few, but not a lot. But we did see a lot of ATVs and side-by-sides. It almost it almost felt like a cult in a sense, because but it was cool. I mean, people were super nice, super nice people. One day we might come back and just bring our camper trailer with us. I think that would be cool. Okay, you see that darker area right there on the right? That's all solar panels. Holy cow, that's a lot. Also, I want to know your thoughts on the electric Jeep. I've had some mixed emotions about it. I just like to have the choice. I like to have the choice of the electric vehicle, and I like to have the choice of the gas vehicles, just because, you know, we live in the freest country in the world so far, so I think that we should have the choice, right, to make our own decisions whether we want an electric vehicle or a gas vehicle. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. I just really want to know your thoughts on the electric Jeep. And I don't know if you already know, but they're coming out with a full electric vehicle. I think I showed you in one of the videos where they had a concept of a two-door in a full electric version. When we were driving the hybrid, and we were going up the Baby Lion's back, I think when we let go of the pedal, I mean, it's just like driving a golf cart, right? You let go of the pedal and it just kind of slows down. It's stopping, right? And I don't like that feeling, especially when you're on a hill. I guess it would just take time to, you know, figure out how to feather it. But it was a lot of fun, and I think that there is a future there. We just have to get used to it, I guess. But I still want to have the option. I know that the 392 is gonna eventually go away. Rumors are that they're only gonna build it for the next 3, maybe 4 years, and then that's it. You're not gonna be able to get a 392 after that. Hence, that's why they're, you know, pricing that Jeep so high, just because eventually that Jeep is gonna become a collector's car. A lot of you guys are asking too, how come we're not doing, you know, Hell's Gate and the tougher trails? In all honesty, you know, I still haven't decided, and my wife still hasn't decided either, what we're all about. I think we like camping, we like the off-roading side of it. We don't really like the extreme off-roading. Number one, you know, because we drive this vehicle back and forth to Utah every time we go to Moab, and we don't want to break it in the middle of Moab and have, you know, to deal with that. And then now, how do we get back home, you know? We do have lives to go back to as well. So we try to be careful on some of the trails. Of course, we want to have fun. We also want to be careful because we don't want to break in the middle of Moab, especially when we're wheeling alone, you know? hell, this wind is bad. Woo. Alright, we're gonna fill up. I'm gonna get going. I still don't know why there's two wells, one next to each other. Maybe that's just for trucks. Obviously, there's a bunch of trucks there. You can still get gas, regular cars too. Let's see. We're gonna keep going though. We also want to know, have you guys been to Moab? Did you go this year? And if so, where did you go? What trails did you do? And how did you like it? I mean, was this your first time? Have you been going there for years? We met a couple of people who have been going there for 20 years. A couple that we ran into. And that was really cool. I hope one day we can look back and say, hey, we've been coming for 20 years. It's awesome. I know I keep saying this, but I love seeing the older couples driving. I mean, extreme G's. Extreme G's, so, which is cool, you know. Crossed into Colorado, and we are probably about 4.5 hours away from home, so we're making progress. And it has been really windy the whole way here, so I'm gonna keep driving. And we only stopped for gas twice, which was great. I already miss Utah. I already wanted to be 2023 Eastern Jeep Safari all over again. But we have a lot of plans for trails in Colorado this season, so I'm more excited about that. In August, we're going to be doing some trails in Ouray, Colorado. So I'm super pumped about that as well, you know. And we're going to have a series of videos for that as well. So you guys stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. That way you can see that. That can be good. Alright, so we're fueling up just one last time. Hopefully one last time. Probably one more time after this. Alright, but we're in Parachute, Colorado. And we're gonna keep going. We're almost home. 3 more hours. Alright, she's gonna get a well-deserved shower. Look how dirty she is.
Milo is not a fan of the car wash. He thinks it's a game. Is that your dad, baby? What is he doing to your car, huh? What is he doing? Oh, you wanna go get him, don't you? Look. Can you show your beautiful eyes? Oh, baby. He's on alert mode right now.
Alright, as clean as she's gonna get for now. I know. I still got 3 more hours to go. So probably gonna get hit by mosquitoes. That's okay, when I get home I'll probably do it again. I just didn't want her to be dirty. Let's go. Well, apparently the highway's closed. And I don't know how long they're gonna shut it down for. So we're gonna find out here. We're gonna talk to the construction guy here. I hope it's not a rock, like I told you guys on the last video. We'll see. You can see all these people just waiting. They're just parked there waiting for the highway to open. Because here goes the fire department. And the guy's getting out of the way. So we're not gonna be able to follow this guy. Let's see what happens. Oh, what a mess. Sorry about the windshield being so dirty. So the guy said there's a fire on the highway somewhere, so we're gonna have to just go hang out somewhere else. All right, so I guess there was a fire on the highway somewhere. I don't know what caused it, but the guy who closed the highway looked like he was pretty irritated because everyone was asking him the same question. So that's okay. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna hang out in town for a little while and then see if they open it. It looks like they were just rerouting everyone back into town, so we're just gonna go hang out in town and see what we can do until then, and show you guys around Glenwood Springs. This is gonna be interesting. This used to be a small town that I used to hang out in when I lived in Rifle, so let's go explore it a little bit. All right, so we're just out doing a little walk. Oh, whoa, Milo.
What was that, sir?
Oh, shoot, okay. All right, so we're just out doing a quick walk over here with Milo, trying to see if the highway will open. Apparently the fire is pretty bad and they're really trying to get it under control before it becomes a wildfire. Hopefully not. Check out the river though. It looks super, super nice. Anyways, so we'll keep going. Oh, look what's over there. There were the people that were selling those antenna stick looking things with the lights, with the LED lights. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we saw them on the highway too. What is there, Milo? Let's go. Oh wow, this is so cool. Okay, so we're still waiting for the highway to reopen, and we came to get Milo some food because I forgot his food at the hotel in Moab. So we had to feed him a different food, and hopefully, you know, that won't be bad. And we prayed over his food, so that should be all right. But check out this view behind me. We're gonna just keep waiting, and hopefully, you know, they'll open up the highway, and we'll get back on it, and hopefully make it back to Denver. check on Happy Guy. Did you eat all your food? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So I can still see some of the semis parked along the highway, which means that they're probably, and the highway pro is still shut down. So anyways, we're gonna go into town, see what we can find. Might need to get a hotel room tonight. Check this out, look at all the truckers. This is from the highway being shut down, all these truckers parked on the side of the highway. Looks like people are parked there too. I don't know. Usually wildfires are something very serious, and states like Colorado would take it very serious. Let's see. It's looking more and more like we're gonna have to spend the night in Glenwood Springs. We'll see. It's a beautiful little town, but I would really like to go home. That's just what happens when unpredictable things happen. Oh, God. I can't cut him loose because if I do, he'll go after the ball. There's some people playing soccer over there. Oh, and here comes the ball. Oh, no. Come. See, told you.
Come here, baby.
I go crazy over the ball. Well, we ended up getting a hotel room, so we're gonna have to stay for the night. Looks like the highway's still shut down. You can see the trucks still parked over there. That's the highway. Nobody's getting through. All those cars that are going through are just getting right off at the exit, just up ahead. Welcome to colorful Colorado. Man, this is crazy. We went through so much last night. First, there was the highway shutdown, which, you know, we were fine with that. And then we got a hotel in Glenwood Springs, and we thought, okay, we'll spend the night. Surely by morning it'll be open, and then we'll just head back to Denver. Well, it wasn't maybe 20 minutes after, we weren't even settled in the room yet, when they opened the highway and we got the notification. We decided, you know what, it's still early enough, we can make it home. It was only a 2.5 hour drive, so I thought we'd just make it home. So highway's open. We hop back on the highway and we decide, let's go, and we'll probably get home around 10 o'clock. That's fine. We can still make it happen. So we drive for about an hour, and then we get to Vail. And then, oh, by the way, before we get to Vail, we passed the area that was burning, that was on fire, and it looked like something completely out of a movie. I've never seen that before, and maybe some of you guys have, but the trees were all lit up and, fire, and, there was still a whole lot of firefighter trucks there, and it was a mess. But the highway was open, so we were able to get on the highway and keep going. Maybe 20 minutes after that, we noticed that it started raining, so we were giving God thanks for sending rain, because obviously we didn't want that fire to get out of control. Nobody does. That was a very populated area there. So after we passed that, we kept going up in altitude to as we were driving up Vail and Vail Pass, which is at 10,000 and some change feet of altitude. And at that point, the snow started getting so heavy and so out of control that we just couldn't see the road. We couldn't see anything, and it was falling so heavy. It was that wet snow, so it was sticking to the headlights, and I couldn't see anything because the lights they wouldn't light up anything anymore, the headlights. And so we had to, at one point we were following a semi truck, and I think that even he lost control, and nothing bad happened, but he kept on going, and at one point he just said, you know what, I'm getting out of the highway, and he went on to park at a rest area, and we followed him. But at that point, this is an important thing, and I'm pretty good about this. When I see that gas is at half a tank, I decide I always stop and fuel up again, just because you never know what kind of emergency you're gonna run into. So worst case scenario, we were gonna have to spend the night in the Jeep at that rest area, because we just couldn't go forward, and there was no hotels nearby. At that point, I felt like I put all of us in danger, my wife, Milo, and myself, just because I was trying to make it home. I wanted to make sure that we got home to our bed, and but it was the wrong decision, right? So anyways, when we got to the rest area, we decided, well, we can't stay here because we have less of a half tank, so I don't know if we can spend the night in the Jeep with this cold temperatures, and the Jeep might just run out of gas if we just let it idle for a long time, or all night. So from there, we decided, you know what, we saw people cleaning off their headlights and then getting back on the highway. Then we looked up a hotel, and we were only about, I think, maybe 10 minutes from the hotel. So we decided, okay, we're gonna get back on the highway, we're gonna pray, get back on the highway, and see if we can get a hotel room and stay there. So we get back on the highway, and it had gotten worse. I mean, it was not, you couldn't see anything. And we just so happened to get in a train of semi trucks and cars, and they were all following the semis, right? Because for some reason, the semi trucks and truck drivers always come to the rescue. But we got behind the semi truck and this other car, and we kept them going. But at one point they sped up, and we just couldn't keep up with it. We couldn't do it. So we got stranded for about maybe 2 minutes. We pulled off to the side of the highway, and then we decided, you know what? There was another semi truck behind us, so we got right behind them, and we we tailgated them all the way to Frisco, or actually Copper Mountain, and that's where the hotel was. We get there, and then there's no vacancy, because obviously it's like 10 o'clock at night, and there's no vacancy, so we can't even get a hotel room. So we're at this gas station. Thankfully, there was a gas station. We were able to, fill up, and at that point, we had to make a choice. Are we going to spend the night here? And there were people spending the night at the gas station last night, just under that carport. Everybody was parking under there. They didn't care, you know, the gas station was closed. You were still able to pump gas, but the gas station was closed. And there were people that, you know, decided they were going to spend the night there, or at least weather the storm, right? So from that point, we decided, okay, you know, let's just pray and ask God what He would want us to do at this point. And the power of prayer, I'm telling you, it is incredible. We prayed, and there was a semi-truck that parked right next to the gas station, and we decided, you know what, we're just gonna pray. We were not paying attention to the semi-truck, and when we prayed, we asked God, you know, I don't know what the sign is, we just need a sign. Should we get back on the highway, or should we spend the night here in the Jeep? And as soon as I finished praying, the semi-truck decided to get back on the highway. And I thought right away, okay, this is our sign. We gotta go. We gotta follow this semi-truck and get to Frisco so we can get a hotel. And so that's what we did. We got back on the highway. We followed the semi-truck, and at that point, the snow was starting to slow down, at least for just those, you know, 10 minutes that we needed to get to Frisco. And it was perfect. The highway was, you could see the highway now. Now the snow was still, I mean, it was like a blizzard, but you could see the highway at least. And we made it to Frisco finally. And then we went and got the hotel. We checked in. There was vacancy, and then we spent the night there. I know it was a long story, but now we're driving back to Denver, and it looks like, you know, it was still snowing. Even this morning when I got up to take Milo out, there was a blizzard. I mean, it was so windy, snow everywhere. You couldn't really see much. But it slowed down, and we're able to drive back home. I can see the highway. It's completely clear. And it looks like we checked the cameras at home, and it looked like everything was completely dry and sunny. So crazy weather in Colorado. And just like that, we're back to summer.